What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Tima, I'm a piano music. So shout out to Jess Pearly Things. I think she's doing a really good job overall in coming into this space and setting up in London. I mean, London is a great place for content creators, especially for Black London. I think it's awesome, what she's doing overall. It's a few criticisms I do have. But she has that, awesome podcast studio out there in the city of London. And it appears that she set up a really good thing going on there. Andrew Tate, who is partly from London, was there. And Brittany Renner was there. Now, obviously, I don't really watch a lot of the pregame podcasts. I'm more or less into the Black stuff on YouTube. So, but what I would know is that she does have recurring guests that are there, right? And Andrew Tate and Brittany Renner were there at the same time, which was awesome. The podcast got over 1.6 million views, and I'm not going to talk about the whole podcast. I'll be breaking that down very shortly. But one of the things that Andrew Tate was talking about was that women don't really understand men. And that's something that's a big theme, okay? And what I want to do is take a clip out of that particular podcast, play it, and then we'll come back.
One, marry a girl for like status in that way.
Well, that is one of the most, if you look at arranged marriages, it's all for status, right? That's an example. But men primarily marry for, I'd argue that men, and I say this about men, but women do the same thing, right? Women love the idea of getting status from a man. Mm-hmm. Women love the idea, and this is where it actually gets a bit messy. The waters get muddy because women love the idea of bragging about the man they're with, but they can only brag about the man they're with if other women want that man. So you're saying you love women who get cheated, women love getting cheated on. That's not true. But women do not like men that other women don't want. If you were to say, look, I got my man, he's perfect, he's rich, he da-da-da-da-da, and every girl in the room would go, I would never touch him. She'd be like, oh, shit. Oh, I don't want him either then. What the fuck
but
is
you
this?
know, can I add on top of that?
But it's true, right? No. Women want men that all the women want.
Do you know what's the best man that woman wants? Is the one that every girl wants, but he doesn't want them. Okay. A selective man.
Yeah, I'm sure
that's more valuable than the top
but
chick
that's
that gets every
You're
host.
saying that's the fantasy.
But
Tate,
no,
you're saying that
fantasy.
men are
There's
now
none that's
polygamous
selective.
and women should accept that. That's the problem. Men are continuously disrespecting their woman. Like, yeah, you know what? You can't be with one woman. Now you want to keep cheating with all these different women.
That's not what he said. He's saying if you're gonna go for a high status guy, if you're gonna go for the top 5% of guys, that's what comes with it. And if not, then go for the average guy.
Can I just say that before?
So is it okay for average guys to stick with one woman then?
It's not about okay. It's okay for anyone to do whatever they want. I'm not sitting here saying what's okay and what isn't okay. What I'm talking about is observations about the baseline realities of how humans function. What I'm telling is that if you give a man unlimited options, like the men at the top of society have, on a long enough time scale, he will explore said options. That is a fact. Like I said earlier, you can walk into a car garage and buy a Nissan, and that's reliable, and it'll never let you down. Or you can buy a McLaren. You cannot sit, like women do, and go, I want the McLaren that's reliable like the Nissan. Well, guess fucking what? That's not real. So you have to choose.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Tate? Can I ask you something? Years ago, right, do you think it makes a difference? Because years ago, if you want to meet a man, you go out there, you actually talk. But now you meet a guy, he can go and check out your IG and see what you're all about. Don't you think that by them being able to look and see what you're all about, that makes a difference to how they perceive you?
100%. I think society is fundamentally and utterly broken. I think the way that men and women interact is broken. I think that men are broken. I think that women are broken. I think everything is completely fucked, genuinely. And this is where we go into the small things. We're talking about status. You're right about IG. If I go on a date with a girl and I look at her Instagram page, I'm sitting there thinking, does this make me look good or bad? Yes, I want her to be hot. Yes, I want her to have followers. Yes, I want everyone chasing her. But what's that caption about fucking city life? And what's this about? What's that? That's not, nah, that puts me off, right? So it's interesting. What's also interesting is the majority of women don't have a clue in the modern world what men find attractive. So we said earlier in the very beginning of this podcast about men who want their dick sucked and all this bullshit. Men don't, that's not attractive to men. We don't want any of that. Most women, if you were to say, how do you attract a man, they wouldn't have a Scooby-Doo. They wouldn't have an idea.
I know. They want a submissive woman.
Hello, my
she
name's
cooks for him. Give him some massage. Feed him great.
It's not just, no, it's not even
pat his head.
It's not just about that. One of the important things for being a man, especially in a relationship, is we want to be our woman. If I have a woman and I love her, I want to be her portal to the world. I want her to experience things through me and see things through me. So for that, I need a degree of innocence and purity for her. I want to be the first person to put her on a private jet. I want her to get on the jet and go, wow.
So guys, you heard what he had to say, right? Here's what I want to pretty much deal with if I can. I want to deal with this whole idea that, number one, Brittany Renner, in this particular concept, and I've seen her on podcasts with many other guys, but what I've noticed in this particular round, she was completely silent. It was these other ladies. One of the ladies is younger, one of the ladies is older, but Brittany Renner was completely silent. And what it showed me, that Andrew Tate's masculine energy had her at this point soaking up all the game. Like when you see Brittany Renner talking, running her mouth, you see it usually, but in this excerpt, if you watch the whole clip, she is completely silent. That's the first thing that I want to mention. And the second thing that I want to mention about is so true. Women do not understand what men want nor need. And at first, it used to be a young woman's problem. That was the case with a lot of people would talk about, you're dealing with a younger woman, you have to be a little bit more patient and things like that because, she doesn't really know, she hasn't been taught. And some of you guys who have dated somebody your age, 40, 35, that's my average age range, 50. You're going to understand that they still don't know. What women know is what they want from the relationship. And they expect, and this is something I've been talking about very recently and very forwardly, that a woman can decide on when she wants to be a woman, and a man has to be a man at all times. He made the clever statement talking about a McLaren with a Hyundai engine, which is impossible. Scarcity won't allow you to be able to produce such a thing. It doesn't exist. And yet to get something that doesn't exist, she believes she can put half effort into something that does not exist. I was talking to one lady, said she wanted to date somebody out of her country and see the guy 3 days a week. Okay. This is what she wanted. It's a true story. However, she expected that man should provide for her every single day, although she's giving part-time effort, but yet that particular man should give full-time effort, still taking care of her, still providing for her, and not looking at men as equal partners. This is the reason why Brittany Renner doesn't get taken seriously. This is why Cher complains that older men don't like her. And the only solution for women that want to have this sort of idea is they have to have ownership over men, which means, like, for example, if you want to do whatever you want to do, start your own business, right? Then you can do whatever you want to do. You need to basically have a husband's son, pretty much, okay? You're not going to get an alpha male, smart guy, intelligent, good looking, who will agree to those terms with little or no effort. That's the problem right now we have in the dating world. Women believe, and he said the dating world is messed up, women believe that for little or no effort, like no money down, like go see, if you guys know Cal Worthington back in California, those Chevrolet commercials, go see Cal, little or no money down. That's what they think, little or no effort down. I'm going to be able to get this high achieving man who has options, but because he has options, he's only going to see me for being me because I'm more special than anybody else, which is completely ridiculous. And this is the reason why the dating world is so jacked up. That's why. That's exactly why. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Jump. Appreciate for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. I'm out.